In today's video, we're going to be flipping the IKEA Besta unit into a real-life CB2 inspired credenza. I say in real life because yes, you can just go buy this, but this is not something that was in our price range. So we wanted to see if we could recreate and replicate the design in our own way for a much cheaper price. We're using a base for this project, specifically the IKEA Besta TV unit. The Besta comes in multiple styles and sizes, but we opted for 2 of their 47-inch long cabinets. I didn't record us actually putting the cabinets together because it's IKEA furniture, you know the drill. And if you don't, it always comes with instructions anyway. Also, I feel like this is probably a really good time for me to note that this is not a tutorial, okay? We were just kind of like winging this, and I decided to document the process because I just knew that my vision was going to come to fruition. Now, before you paint any IKEA furniture, you want to make sure that you prime it first because it's not made out of real wood. Therefore, the paint is not going to stick and it's just going to slide off, and that's just not what we want. This is the primer that I use for like all of our projects. I love this primer. It does what it needs to do, and yeah. Now, you might be wondering, because you saw in the thumbnail and in the snippet that this cabinet is going to be black, and they do make a black cabinet of the Besta unit, but they didn't have it. It wasn't in stock, so that wasn't even an option for us to buy. So we just went ahead and painted it ourselves. But if you are interested in doing something similar to this, obviously I would suggest you getting a black one if you want to have a black cabinet, so you don't even have to go through this process. But I'm not gonna lie, I am happy that we wound up painting this cabinet ourselves because I had a very specific vision. Obviously there's a whole inspo that we're working off of, but I knew that I wanted this to be black, and not just black, but the darkest black that I could find. And since we are building custom doors for the credenza, I feel like we would have wound up having to paint it anyway just to match the doors to the rest of the unit, if that makes sense. So I feel like it was just meant to be to begin with. So once everything was primed and painted and dry, ready to go, my husband was actually trying to figure out how he wanted to put the cabinets together, and we decided on wood glue. If you're familiar with DIYs and you've used wood glue before, then I'm sure you're already familiar with how strong the bond is. And I'm so glad that we did this because it actually worked perfectly. Looking back, we definitely wouldn't have painted the sides of the cabinets that we were going to put together. So if you are going to do this, again, this is not a tutorial, but I would just go ahead and skip that part because I don't feel that it was necessary at all. But to take things a step further, we decided to clamp the cabinets together just so like the glue could really get in there, solidify itself, and just stick. I'm not even sure how long we left this thing to dry, but it was definitely clamped together for a couple of days, and I have no regrets. Like, I feel like this is the best possible way that we could have attached it, especially with ease. Now, this is the part where things really start to get interesting because creating the slats for the cabinet doors was a challenge, a complete challenge. So to remind you of the inspo, there are 4 cabinet doors that appear to have 5 that go across horizontally and 2 that go vertically and in between each one of the like half dowels. And they also go all the way around the cabinet, but we just decided to do it on the front of the doors. And the first issue is that we could not find half dowels anywhere. We went to Home Depot, we went to Lowe's, and we could not find any half dowels that were like the right size. So I had the idea to actually just make our own. So we instead bought quarter dowels that we were then going to attach to each other to make a half dowel. So that was the first step, and Kent went ahead and cut all of the pieces to size to the door. So right now we already have all of the half dowels cut, or our own half dowels that we made, because these are what, quarter dowels. So all of the quarter dowels are cut to make half dowels, and now we're like trying to do the measurement so that we can have the flat wood pieces go vertically across, just like the inspo photo. So far so good, but hopefully it turns out. So while my husband was completing the process of cutting all of the quarter dowels to size for the door, I went ahead and worked on the inside of the cabinet. I just absolutely could not stand the idea of like doing all this work and making this now beautiful credenza and just opening the cabinet door and it just being white on the inside. That I couldn't take it. But I didn't want to paint it, so what I did was go on Amazon and order me some contact paper. I picked up this like faux wood peel and stick situation like paper, and I'm glad that I did because it did something. It was a challenge to put on, and again, if this is something that you're going to do, like think of all of these things beforehand. Like let this be, you know, a guideline for what not to do in some cases. But had I would have done this like before we put the cabinet together, it would have been much easier. But all in all, I'm glad that I decided to do this because it just really elevated the look of the cabinet to me. And now it doesn't have to just be white. Now I did have to go ahead and order more paper because we ran out. So I didn't film like the entire process of all of the cabinet doors complete, but you get the point of what it eventually looked like. Like it looks just like this on the inside. And we went ahead and put the poly finish coat on the cabinet after the fact. So we used polycuric, and this is like probably the most important step to any like type of painted furniture DIY project, IKEA project, flip, is making sure that you put a finish top coat on it so that all of your work is not destroyed, your paint is not chipping and like ripping off. So we did that. We did about 2 coats to the cabinet, and it just turned out perfectly. So coming back to the cabinet doors now, I'm just dry fitting all of our cut wood pieces to the door before actually attaching them. And as I'm editing this now, I realized that we don't have any footage of the vertical slat pieces that we used. But if you're interested, we just used 2x4 lumber. It comes in like a really long, like 10-foot piece, and then you just kind of cut it to size. So that is what we did, and I'm so happy that we were able to find that because it was like the flattest piece of wood that we could find to just add some dimension to the door, just like the inspo photo. To attach the half dowels together, I just used some wood glue again and some painter's tape to hold it together as it dried. I'm so glad that I had this idea because I really don't know how else I would have put this together, but it worked perfectly, and this is exactly how it looked after it was completely dry. At this point, we were ready to go. I was so excited to finally attach all of the pieces to the door because I could finally see the picture in my mind and in real life, like just forming. So it was really exciting. Before we actually attached everything, we did a bit of a guideline just with a pencil, just so we could make sure that everything was going to be glued and nailed down in the right spot. Before attaching any of the pieces to the door, this time we put all of the wood glue underneath, and then Kent just went ahead with his nail gun and further, attached the pieces to the door officially. And I was just elated, you guys. Like, this thing is intact. Like, it is not moving. It was not shaking, budging, anything. And I'm just so proud that we were able to actually figure this out. Once that was done, it was definitely time for us to paint, but we had to prime first. We used the same exact primer that we used earlier in the project, and of course all of the same materials later on, but I did pick up this like paintbrush just so I could do the same hand brush strokes that the inspo photo had on the Credenza. And this brush was like my biggest enemy. Like, it was so old, it was so hard, the bristles were just like falling out, and we did not do all of this work just for a paintbrush to single-handedly ruin all of our work. So I definitely went to the store immediately to get more paintbrushes right after I did this first door. But after that, you know, crisis was averted. Everything was smooth sailing. I love how the black paint started to look and just come to life on this cabinet. Like, this was the moment that I knew, like, okay, this was worth it. All of it was worth it. This is going to be perfect. And it absolutely was. I did 2 coats of black paint on each door, including the poly. So there was definitely a good bit of dry time in between. I want to say I did 1 coat one day, let it dry for 24 hours, did another coat, let it dry, etc., etc. So it was definitely, you know, a labor of love, a process, all of that. But I think it was so well worth like taking my time and like making sure I'm really getting in there with the brush so that there wasn't any naked spots peeking through, because this is a black cabinet, so you would definitely be able to see it. But I have to say that I think I did a pretty good job with the coats. The last thing that we had to do was, of course, add the poly on top, and that was it. That was the project. This turned out so much better than I could have imagined, even down to the brush strokes, the imperfections of the Credenza. It reminds me so much of the actual real life Credenza. And we did go to CB2 and we saw it in person, and I'm so glad that we were able to see it, because it really is the spitting image, just in our own way. We saved so much money. This entire project cost us somewhere around $460. You know, if I could have bought it, I probably just would have bought it, but I'm so glad that we made our own. I had this in mind ever since we started the renovation, and we couldn't be more proud of how it turned out.